Hey Scrappers, Sam here. I wanted to pop in to let you know that on Monday, November 29th at 8 p.m., Pod Against the Machine is going to be doing our first ever live show. We will be live on Twitch streaming for Extra Life with episode 2 of the B.R.I.A.N. Identity with special guest Adam from Southern Tomfoolery. So you're going to want to tune in live. We'll, I'm sure, have the audio up on the podcast feed sometime afterwards, but that all depends on, us getting our act together. But the main thing is that you're going to want to be there on Monday the 29th to join us live for absurd shenanigans and crazy adventure, and of course to support the Children's Miracle Network. And I hope all of you turn out, and I hope you donate to this great, great cause of children's hospitals around the country. And I hope I don't embarrass myself too terribly. I'm sure everyone else will be fine, but I'm going to be an absolute mess. So, Monday, November 29th, 2021, Pod Against the Machine's first live show. Adam from Southern Tomfoolery, B.R.I.A.N. Identity, Aliens, Extra Life, Children, Charity, twitch.tv/pod versus machine. Be there. This is Pod Against the Machine.
Pod Against the Machine.
Welcome back to Pod Against the Machine, affectionately known by some as the Other Podcast, where the shadows talk to you and the priest will fight you for your bed. I'm your host, and here's everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Zach didn't say anything.
I did at the same time as Izzy. We were harmonizing again.
It was
I disbelieve it.
we made this exact same joke like 6 episodes ago, or possibly 10. Who can say?
Well, I don't know. It's not a joke if we get into the voice chat Discord and practice for 25 minutes every other Tuesday. But it's
That is
fine
true.
if it's a
That's-
joke
yeah.
to you. It's cool.
I apologize for my insincerity and come back to me for a second word. I'll edit that in.
Oh, when last we left the Very Capable Four, they had a nice conversation with a very nice lady with very nice earlobes, Dinvaya Lanley, the keeper of the Clockwork Chapel in Scrapwall, and she was a little bit apologetic about her golem trying to kill everybody, but mostly she wanted to know, how terrifying it was and what could be done to kill them better next time. Once we dispensed with those pleasantries, Zach read one of Joram Kite's poems, or Brixby, read one of Joram Kite's poems, and we all greatly enjoyed that. And then you immediately basically became best friends with the cleric of B.R.I.A.N, who keeps the chapel, and she offered healing. She offered to let you stay on your bedrolls in the chapel, since she's only got the one bed, and that is for her. We will not be having a foundry situation in this book, it appears. And that was pretty much it. You guys got a nice night's sleep, scribed a scroll, fixed a gun, and hit level 5, and nothing weird happened at night. So that's where we are.
Yay!
We did it, gang. Level 5.
How does it feel to have the final level up of each of your characters' careers?
I don't even know what to feel. I just assumed at least one of us would have perished at the end of book 1. So the fact that we're here now is stunning.
We already beat the odds.
Like going into the whole bird food situation, I was, as could be ascertained via the recording, just assuming I was gonna die and feeling preemptively guilty for it being my Wookiee prisoner idea. So the fact that we're all here to level 5, I could at least
Yeah, I feel like the problem with the Wookiee prisoner strategy is that then you aggro the entire base and there's no reason for them to not come and kill you.
Sure. I mean, we did walk around fully armed. We're like,
Yeah. With like
We're too
small
dumb to
bits
use
of tape
these.
around our wrists with all of our weapons and armor still on us.
Don't know how to do this.
but Clarence, the bird puncher, he is the real hero.
The real legend was born that day, and I can't wait for all of us to play on that podcast.
And now he runs the gate. He's in charge, you know? He gets to decide who comes into Scrapball.
I can't wait until we aid him taking over the Steelhawks entirely.
So I think before we do anything else, we should talk a little bit about this level up. And since I'm bad at choosing things, I have predetermined a way to choose things, and we're going to go clockwise according to my Skype window. So that means, Jero, what did Vargas get of interest at level 5?
Well, at level 5, one big thing is that he finally actually has the +2 to his empowered arm that I think like 2 or 3 times last level. I'm like, oh yeah, I have that. And it doubles my negatives out to a 0. And no, it didn't. I was still at a -1 on top of my other bonuses. But yeah, he's got a +2 now for his arcane pool. And it also now, the big thing at level 5 is on top of just empowering his arm, he can give it modifiers. He can't do as many as a normal magus can. Like, he can't do anything that does, he can't do like keen or anything like that because it's not a bladed weapon. But he can do dancing, flaming burst, frost, icy burst. It says keen is in fact on there. Shocking burst, speed, or vorpal.
Vorpal. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Snicker snack.
Yeah, so my arm can cut off heads on a crit if I empower it.
So cool.
And he also got 2 feats, because he gets 1 for his class and then 1 normal one. For his normal feat, he took toughness, so he gets a little bit of extra HP. And for his class, I'm gonna keep that a secret until it comes into use in combat. And then he also just got a second level 2 slot, so he can use 1 more level 2 spell a day.
And he has a very, very on-brand feat with the toughness.
Oh, yeah.
Really leaning into that not dying thing. When he's supposed to die.
Real quick, I just realized I didn't say what toughness does. Just real quick for people that aren't super into Pathfinder, it is kind of a fairly common feat, but it basically, you get an extra 3 HP plus 1 more for every level you have.
For every level you have beyond 3, so total of 5 right now, and then it'll
right
keep
now he gets a
accumulating.
total of 5 XP on top of what he normally has. Just permanently added to his pool, and then it'll get 1 more every level up on top of what he rolls.
Alright. Izzy, how about Kira?
Yeah, nothing super exciting after having obtained magic at level 4. I do get 1 more spell slot. Nothing super exciting there, but I will keep that a secret just because Kira doesn't know about it, and that's fun. Other than that, the only other thing I added here was a Furious Focus feat, which means I can, without concern, flagrantly use my power attack just all the time. So with that and rage, it's like a +11 to hit. Oh, +12 for the greatsword, which is so exciting. I'm gonna kill so many things. Pretty stoked about that.
Alright.
Scene.
On to Jeff. How about Asher?
Well, the question every listener is wondering is, did you take another level in Gunslinger or Paladin? You tri-classing? And I went with Paladin 4. There was just too much to leave it at 3. And really the the need for healing has continued to grow. So I think that's been more, as all of his guns continue to break, the healing powers of Caldera have not failed. So now at Paladin 4, he can now channel positive energy at the cost of 2 uses of Lay on Hands. His Lay on Hands also now double in usefulness, so he now heals for 2d6 for each pop. I can smite evil 2 times a day, which is
huge.
double the previous amount of smites available. And this the things that happen to go with like half your paladin level, now those all go up by 1. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. He also took a feat.
Is it a secret feat?
Yes.
Nice.
See how it is.
Yeah.
All right, and finally we go to Zach. Finally heading back to Rogue.
Oh yeah, no, I am so excited. I've finally made it to the tri-class, the prestige class I've been looking for. He's an arcane brickster, a crime wizard, a stabracadabrat. I took a level of arcane trickster, so that is really fun. I've built things towards a prestige class, but I don't think I've actually leveled into a prestige class at all since playing Pathfinder. So this is really fun for me. He gets the ability to do his ranged legerdemain, which means he can do disable device and the other one, sleight of hand, at 30 feet at a +5 DC. Does not get spells at this level, additional spells like a wizard would know, 2 additional spells known. That is one of the drawbacks of the class. And I got a feat. My feet aren't secret. They're rat paws. Haha. No, my feet isn't secret. It's improved initiative. It's an old standby, so it works out really well for somebody who needs to get that sneaky weaky off the top.
And then Zach, just for listeners who may not be in the know, what is a prestige class?
So, Pathfinder offers us a bunch of classes. Obviously, they break them down to archetypes, but as a carryover from old school D&D, prestige classes are just classes that you can eventually level up towards. They all have prerequisites. Frequently, they'll have classes that sort of flow into them based off of the mechanics of that base class being the prerequisites. However, sometimes there's multiple inroads. For this one, I had to fulfill a couple different ranks in my skills. I needed to have a sneak attack of at least 2d6, which I needed to take a feat at level 3 to augment. And I needed to be able to cast a certain level of spell as well, level 2 spells. So, but there are so many different ones. They're all over the place. Some are easier to get into than others, but they're always really, really interesting. Because you have to kind of go all in. Because once you're in that prestige class, aside from maybe 1 or 2 other prestige classes, this is what you've been building towards. Aside from taking, for example, the Evangelist prestige class, I couldn't really imagine Brixby doing much else. So yeah, it's really neat. It's exclusive classes. Some are great, some are garbage.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations on finishing your build and actually, getting to that promised land before Brixby died.
It's true. I mean, I was able to say Arcane Brickster in a recorded session. That's all I needed. Character can die now.
I loved it.
Please
And
don't
I
kill
can
my character.
die fulfilled in the next combat.
And we can get that sweet, sweet Crime Wizard merch.
Oh, yeah. Got to keep going for the merch. Legal told me I have to keep him alive for at least a month.
Hard work.
I'm still waiting for that mug that says the secret ingredient is crime.
Well, I was thinking Crime Wizard on the front with the mouse silhouette, and then the back says the secret ingredient is crime. Or maybe a color change one where it's got the Brixby silhouette Crime Wizard, and then when it gets hot, it says the secret ingredient is crime.
Oh, I like that.
That's where it is.
I'll buy it.
Yeah, me too.
All right. glad we had this focus group.
I did want to ask Sam, did you think we were all going to make it to level 5 with our original characters?
No. There are a couple spots in book 1 that are just, PC death factories, head to F specifically. But the Blindheim, like the second thing you fight,
Totally,
I think kills a lot of PCs. And I was pretty worried about Mayanda just because she can hit really hard. But by then, I think your characters had really come into their own, and now you guys are putting up so much damage that...
That first... Well, actually, I think it was technically the second robot encounter, because the first robot encounter was the guy with the 3 legs who went down in like 2 hits, because Jeff critted him. But when we fought the one that had DR... And also, what was that thing called? The rock that had DR that almost killed us all, too.
That was
the Galarn.
Yeah, the Galarn.
Yeah, the Galarn was no joke.
The list of things that almost killed us is much longer than
the big
things
thing
that did
is, a lot of those early ones, even though it's only like a one-on-one fight, it's something with a bunch of like DR and resistances that low-level characters aren't going to have a way to bypass.
Yeah, I feel like I rarely think about that blind frog anymore, but that was because both Vargas and Kira were still up, but like down, and the rest of the party was blinded. That was a close one, team.
If that had blinded all 4 of us, I mean, that could have been a TPK.
Yeah.
Episode 3.
Well, we did it, and we'll live forever.
Yeah, now it's smooth sailing from here.
Yay.
That's what they always say.
Wouldn't kill our party.
The first book of an AP is the hardest, and then it's smooth sailing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would
I
say
think Cat Steven wrote a song about that.
literally an actual god could not possibly even hold a candle to this party. Hey, you'll get to find out soon. So you wake up bright and early, though there's not really any windows here because this thing is built into just like a converging wall of scrap. So it doesn't really look any different than night other than maybe the ever-burning torches that Denvire uses have clicked back on for the day. You've all got your sleep and you're all up, and I'd say the acid pool is probably gone by now. It's safe.
Oh, yeah, I can believe that.
So yeah, you're up.
Well, thank you for letting us stay in this pile of tetanus.
Brixby gets up and where he's made a small little junk angel on the floor to sleep.
It's my pleasure. I totally didn't have this voice before. Hold on.
Yeah,
She
was,
came
like,
out of the
kinda-
wall and she's an Aussie.
Oh, God.
She was like vaguely Eastern European before, I think, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, I've totally lost the pseudo-Russian accent I was trying. It is good to see that you've all made it through the night. I joke. It's been a pleasure having you. You're welcome back at any time. But where will you go now?
A fair question. I wonder if perhaps it wouldn't be worth seeking out either this mutant manticore or perhaps just heading straight towards Red Tooth herself. She seems to me at least a likely enough ally if we manage to approach her before being shot to death.
Well, they are fairly close together. I trust you know the way, at least somewhat, to where Red Tooth's warren lies.
We have a map.
Indeed. Yeah.
Wait, did we want to buy anything from her this morning?
Yeah. So, you had mentioned you might have some wares that you would be interested in trading for.
I was hoping you'd forgotten because my gear is so sweet. But, yes, I have a few different grenades. I have some batteries. This little device of no consequence here that you clip onto a weapon if you want to, do nothing very important at all. And have a silver raven figurine of wondrous power.
Can you go back to the part about the weapon clip?
Yeah, it sounds like you're underestimating the gravity of the situation here.
Well, or perhaps it's worth so little that we don't even need to provide coin for you to part with.
Wise.
It's a sentimental device, I think. And she holds up this small disc-shaped device that looks a little bit like a mini disc. For those of us who are old enough to remember mini discs. And it's purple in color. It looks like it can sort of snap on to basically any melee weapon. And she says, this is a gravity clip. It is very precious to me. I could sell it to you, but I would have to be 2,500 gold, I think.
Would you be willing to barter for some possibly useful technological scrap that we may have that could help with your golems?
You do see where you are, right? There's technological scrap literally everywhere. I mean, you could say I'll barter with water and you might have more chance of finding some rarity, but I mean, if you've got something particularly good.
We have a nearly fully intact but non-functional, and he looks sort of over to Brix and Asher, collector robot, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
We also have some, like, Pepto-Bismol stuff you can just rub right on your body.
We also have the eternal gratitude of both Joram Kite and the Knights of Ozum. I don't exactly know how to monetize that.
I think I have the former of those at least, but
Yes.
For the collector robot, and she pokes at it with the end of her hammer. And obviously, the thing is defunct and it's pretty smashed up. I can knock, let's say, 200 off the price.
Asher's going to just take a peek. In lieu of a praise, or maybe a after-all praise, would a knowledge engineering tell me the value of the gravity clip? I just want to make sure she's not haggling and saying, I'm going to take 200 gold off, but it's already marked up. Like, okay, we get it, Coles. It's 20% off.
Yeah, maybe an engineering could help you there.
Not much. Got to get it out of the way with a 14 total.
I mean, it seems like she's in the right ballpark. It's certainly a valuable item. For those at home, the item that the party is thinking about buying is called a gravity clip, which can be mounted on any melee weapon, and once mounted, the clip modulates the weapon's mass on the moment of impact via the manipulation of gravity fields around the weapon. Each successful hit against a target consumes a charge from the gravity clip's battery and causes the damage from the hit to resolve as if the weapon were one size category larger than its actual size. So that's a pretty sweet item.
That is very cool.
I think Sam wants us to buy it so that it explodes and murders everyone.
There are lots of things that are going to explode and murder everyone.
This one, at least, is cool.
Well, I appreciate you sharing this with us, but I think we'll have to take a rain check on this gear for now. We're a little cash poor, as they say.
He gestures to our bedrolls amidst all of the rubble and shrapnel.
Oh, well, that works for me. You let me know if you change your minds.
Do you plan to remain here for the time being?
I believe so. I think I will return to Joram, or at least visit Torch sometime soon, but it will be a little bit. I'd like things to be calmer here before I go.
I understand. Simply wanted to make sure if we do decide to come back for your wares that we had an understanding of the timetable before your potential departure.
I won't leave without letting you know first, assuming you plan to return.
Why, yes, I believe we have another round of a scrap golem fight coming soon to test out its new functionality. I'd hate to miss that opportunity.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed being part of the beta test. I feel like I'm, involved in the project now, so I'll have to be back. Plus, where else are we gonna sleep? It's so kind of you to, open your doors to us with no definitive end.
He still hasn't had any coffee yet. He means that mostly. We'll come back and fight your robot as long as you heal us. Thank you.
Yeah, how else are we going to get level 6 early?
Yay.
Just have her keep rezzing the bot and then we fight it.
My exact strategy on any video game ever.
Pretty much, yeah. Just find the one room where stuff constantly reses and leave yourself in there. Go do something else.
So, gang,
Can I roll anything on Red Tooth?
If you want to roll a knowledge local.
Yes, I would love to roll my first knowledge as a level 5 character. Let me just pull that up.
Ooh. That is an 8 total for Kira.
Oh no. How did I win so far?
2 on the die for an 11.
Wow.
Natural 10 for a 15. Come on, Drew.
Nope, natural 1 for a 5.
Wow.
Bam.
Well, I mean, you've heard the name before. Several people have said it. You know, she controls a gang in Scrapwall called Red Tooth's Raiders. You've probably gathered by now that she's a Yusoki, and that she's been a sort of stabilizing force in Scrapwall for quite some time. And Vaya just told you that she's probably been hit pretty hard by this whole Lords of Rust taking over the place. So it's hard to say exactly what kind of state you'll find her in.
Sounds like she needs us. Which, we can talk about it on the way there.
Brixby looks down.
Are we planning to head straight there, or do you want to try to curry some good favor by disposing of that creature first?
I think we should see the Manticore. That just sounds fun. And kind of cute, but also super deadly. So, we'll talk to it first, I guess.
Do we know for sure that this Manticore is specifically causing any sort of trouble for any of the gangs, or if it's simply living in the area? Because all I remember her saying was just that, oh yeah, by the way, there's also a Manticore kind of over there.
But with the express understanding that we're working on our big bad daddy points right now, and I believe that would give us.
So just kind of look how cool we are. We killed this thing, more than this thing keeps eating our goats. Please get rid of it.
Yeah, with your sort of knowledge metagame roll that you definitely rolled off screen. You might be in some sort of mini game right now where there's some reputation points available for various
street
things.
cred, as the youths say.
Some
big
some
bad
scrap
daddy
worth.
points.
Big bad daddy points, I like.
Clearly we use our Fall at New Vegas knowledge to just kill one of them and dress up like them, and then we don't have to do all of that.
So, to the Manticore, then.
Yeah,
So they're leaving. Brixby says, kind of out of earshot, just because he's a private-ish person, but would love to speak with his compatriots.
I'd, rather face down a mutant Manticore than a Yusoki that survived in Scrapwall, made themselves up to be a gang member.
He looks a little uneasy.
Well, I bet you could be a gang member if you want, Brix. You're scary.
Aren't I already? And he points to the jacket.
Yes, you have
yes.
certainly earned your big bad father points.
Sam, I don't know what the mechanic's called, but I'm sorry.
No, it's called Big Bad
It's
Daddy
called Big
Points
Bad
now.
Daddy Points now.
That's so weird.
Yeah, regardless of what it was called before, that is what it is called now. I can see Sam changing it on the PDF as we talk.
Sorry, Paizo.
What was that? What was that community thing? The like meow meow points. Solid episode of Community.
Not to be confused with Big Bad Voodoo Daddy Points, of course.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering if we could make ska jokes in chat, or if that just ends the podcast where it's at. But hey,
We just get sued by Darren Barrett.
let's pick it up. As he heads out the door, skanking along. It's not. Brixby doesn't like ska music.
Brixby
Canonically.
falls into a pit and dies.
He doesn't.
It's full of trumpets, and they're so...
It's a checkerboard pit with a wall of
Here
chains.
lies the king of swing.
Goodbye, rude boy Brixby.
All right, so we headed off to the Manticores Lair. Dinvaya would have shown you on the map that it's basically like up to the northeast of the Red Tooth Warren, so it's sort of, you have to pass through their territory on the way there.
Smash a lion thing.
Interested in what a mutant manticore looks like. If this is just going to be like a normal lion, or if it...
They just don't
Which I
know
think I wrote
what,
in the
like,
chat earlier too.
unaltered animals look like in Numeria. They're like, it's hideous.
What is that?
It's got a mane.
It's
No
It's like the
wings.
episode of Avatar where somebody had just a regular bear and everybody was really confused because all the other animals are like mixed together.
right. Well, it's morning in Scrapwall. I'm gonna roll a random encounter check as you pass to the east by northeast. As you head through the various causeways and pathways that just sort of lead vaguely in the right direction. You see people scavenging and little, like maybe a booth set up of somebody grilling suspicious meats on like a propane tank just out in the middle of nowhere, and there's propped up shelters made of tarps and ripped up things.
Oh, so it's like tailgating before a Giants game?
Yeah, it's like tailgating before a Giants game if like the world came to an end at halftime. And then you're tailgating again.
We're just passing by all the iguana bits. Not at all suspicious.
Yeah, it's like you're outside the ruins of the Meadowlands and they never built the new Giant Stadium. They forgot. And maybe Jimmy Hoffa sort of shuffles by undeadly. I feel like I picked up that sports metaphor. Jimmy Hoffa reference. Well, I feel good about it.
It was good. I don't know.
Good job,
I
Sam.
was just like New York. I don't know a whole lot about sports. I mean,
Everybody loves a good Jimmy Hoffa reference in 2021.
it's true. I was thinking if we could connect to Gen Z a little bit more, if we just turned up
Bring in the youth.
the
Yeah.
unsolved mysteries of
Unsolved
possibly
Teamster
dead
murders from the
Teamsters.
70s. That's what everybody is
Exactly.
into.
Well, and this is why we're going to be reviewing Brando's On the Waterfront for the next, that's what it's called, right? Yeah, next
Yeah,
45
think so,
minutes
yeah.
or so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get Herb Stemple in here as the guest on the next. That was a quiz show reference for the youths.
Oh, yeah, we're killing it with the younger demographic right now. I can see it. I mean, this should go on
See our numbers
TikTok.
rising.
Yeah, we're up 3 points with the 18 to 25s.
Nice.
You skip the 31-year-old demographic, which I'm used to. That's fine.
I only went up to 25. I didn't skip all the way. The points are coming in slow today.
But not the
pandemic.
big bad daddy points. Those are going to be
Ayo.
rolling in when we
Rainfall,
kill this
windfall,
Manticore.
windfall.
So on the way to the Manticore, Asher is a little more quiet than normal, rather than making the idle chatter or really showing a whole lot of interest in the walls of scrap. He seems a little more lost in thought.
Are you okay?
Oh, I suppose so. Bit of a strange night. I'm sure it was just the day we had with bird food and Clockworks. Yeah, I suppose so.
Does anyone else feel different this morning? Stronger again?
Well, hard to say until we fight this maybe Manticore, but yeah, I think so. I feel like I have a plus, or like, any sort of other not bonuses I have are negated by perhaps new skills or feats.
It's strange. I first learned this magic over a decade ago. Been practicing it ever since, but in all that time, I never felt like I was getting stronger with it. Meanwhile, over the past week and a half or so, it's happened several times. I'm suddenly able to do things that I never thought would be possible. I was just wondering if anyone else seems to be going through that as well.
The last week, rather two, say, have been rather exceptional in tests of our skills, I would say. Seeing myself, situations of danger, take risks that I think have...
He looks down at his hands.
I just don't know. I feel stronger. And I can't tell if it's all of you or it's me. It's probably something in between.
Yes, I certainly never expected to have the healing powers that I seem to be growing into. That was, well, some of the others, that was what they specialized in, and I was always expecting more to focus on this. And he tries to twirl his gun. I'll roll an acrobatics.
Not a sleight of hand.
Well, it was a natural 20.
Oh my god.
So I'm happy that you got that out of the way.
Me too. Definitely not on the Manticore. That would have been just boring.
Waste.
Too easy.
So he pulls off this, and he even seems surprised at how well the gun twirl goes. Yeah, well, that was cool. So yeah, I do suppose growing stronger. Caldera's, well, she's an interesting one, and never know quite what to expect.
Yeah, I can do magic now. Sort of.
It's really cool.
Right?
This is definitely time for old Bricks Beans to pull out his cured leather, and rub it quickly, and then cast that mage armor on himself as they're walking that way. He's at that point where he starts casting it in the morning.
And got 5 hours now.
Mm-hmm.
Does he?
Perhaps we should wait here for 5.5 hours.
The light is just so nice. Off
Something
those
Golden
happened
hour.
suspiciously empty iguana cages. Something smells good, too.
As you approach this sort of remote corner of the outer wall of Scrap Wall, you get into a narrow pathway that leads up to an outcropping of actual stone, one of the probably only ones you've seen here. Usually they're made of broken machines and broken metal. And sitting on top of this outcropping is a huge, tangled mesh of barbed wires, jagged edges, rusty chains, bones, rubble, just all it looks like it was assembled specifically to shred anything that touched it. And sitting in that nest of horrors, you see your new friend,
Mutant.
an enormous, probably 10-foot tall creature with an almost weirdly humanoid face with flesh that appears to be rotting off of it in places and covered in fur. And it has this long reddish hair in a mane around its head and huge claws and glowing green spittle dripping from its jaws as it stands up to its full 10 feet in height as you approach its lair and lets out a and as chunks of spit fly out of its mouth. I'm going to need everyone to roll for initiative. I hope you roll high. Let's start with Zach and his improved initiative.
Can't improve a 1 too much. That's an 8.
Very nice. How about Jero? How's Vargas doing?
Vargas rolled a natural 18 for a 20.
Very fast, very fast. How about Asher? He's always fast.
A natural 15 for a 19.
Well, I can't see his token because it's behind a sky medal. So
Ooh, when did I earn that?
it's behind Jero's sky medal on my screen.
Cool.
So. What did you say it was? I was too busy failing to manipulate Roll20.
19, and I'm old for my age.
And how about Izzy? How's Kira doing?
It's 11 on the die, plus a 5 for 16.
So,
Which is not a rent reference, but is a number.
So, pretty good initiatives. It's a shame that the mutant Manticore friend got a 24.
Ugh.
So, as it sort of hisses and roars at all of you, and seems to be like a nice friend, it's gonna fly up into the air and rise at a 45-degree angle. And now it's hanging up in the air well above you. And since Kira's the closest, it's just gonna shoot a spike out of its tail at her.
That sounds about right.
Now it's a cracked die. I should use a smaller die. Because this one is too big. That is a 17 versus flat-footed.
No. Flat-footed will not do it. Hooray.
All right, well, the Manticore is finished. It is about 30 feet up in the air at this point. That ledge in front of you is 15 or so feet high. And Vargas is up.
Okay, so I think he is just going to fire an acid arrow at it. Ugh. That is not great. Is my plus for that? Yeah, no, that's going to be... Oh, though it's touch, and this thing's really big, so maybe. 13 against range touch.
13 is exactly a hit against touch.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. So that is going to be... 2d4... And then every 3 levels after this, it takes another thing on its turn. Okay, so I'll grab some d4s. That is going to be not super great damage. That is 4 points of acid damage. And then on its turn, it will take 1 more d4 of acid damage.
Oh, that's pretty mean to it. Doesn't like it. You moving or good there?
No, he's gonna stay there. That's gonna be his full turn.
All right, Asher's up.
How high up in the air is said creature? Did you say 35 feet in the air?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's 53 feet and change away. As a
he was
move
48
action.
feet in there.
Down. Never mind. I'll just delay. Now, as a move action, Asher is going to detect evil, as though he had focused on the creature for 3 rounds.
Yeah, you get a sense of evil. I believe at this level it would be faint evil.
Hey, I mean, faint, strong is cool. Then as a swift action, he will call down the smiting powers of Caldera, and he's just going to move closer. Well, I'll go 15 to the east and then north 10 feet. It's going to be great. And
Nice
that's
and
it.
close.
Gun drawn while he moves. If it wasn't drawn already, adventuring and whatnot.
Cool. So it's 35 feet up. Is this piece of land that we're seeing this nest on, is that also raised?
Yeah, that's like a 15-foot rocky outcropping, so that's included in the 35 feet. Like he's like 25 feet above, or 20 feet above that.
Got it. So 15 foot, that's going to require some sort of climbing to get up.
Unless it's nice enough to come down.
Well, I mean, obviously, unless it's nice enough to come down. But I assume it's not going to do that right now. So Kier will move up to the bottom of the rocky outcrop. Is that what we called it?
Yeah.
Just, I guess, present herself as a viable target. Pathfinder question. Is it a better idea to cast shield or to use Brix's scroll? I don't know how much action economy each of those things consumes, so if it's not possible to do either, tell me in my face.
Since you don't have the scroll out, it's going to be better for you to cast it.
All right, really good point.
It'll
Really
be
good point.
at a higher caster level if you cast my scroll, because I'm a higher caster level than your character is, but at the same time, it's a matter of minutes. And usually most fights don't exceed 2 minutes or so.
Cool. Okay. So we'll do that. Can I move, cast, and draw a bow?
Yeah, you could draw that as part of the move.
Excellent. So I'm going to do all those things. So she'll move up to the rocky outcrop, drawing her new composite long bow. And then also as she's going, give like a wave to Brixie. She's like, I'm going to do the thing. And she concentrates for a second, and the markings on her left arm start to glow purple, and she is shielded by a real nice, I'm going to say like a fuchsia today. It's going to be a fuchsia kind of shield. That's my turn.
All right, on to Brixby.
Oh, yeah, nice, as he gives a little thumb up on that one. Beaming with pride. Beaming with rodent pride. He is going to reach into his spell component pouch and pull out a little bit of mica, pointing his hand up at the Manticore. He's going to crush it and attempt to blow it in his direction. I need you to roll a will save for me, Sam.
A will save. That's interesting. 10 on the die for a 15.
Fail. You are blind to my glitter dust. So
Nice.
now that I've blinded you, I want to know about you. So I'm going to roll a knowledge roll.
All right, this would be dungeoneering.
Ooh, spicy.
Ooh.
12 on the die for a 21.
You are looking at a mutant manticore, which is like a normal manticore, but it's clearly mutated. It's let's see, you get a 21. You're looking at, you got one question, one bit of useful information.
Full gang. Well, I guess Ash already determined that it was evil. Is there any other information that would help anybody? Because I was just going to ask exactly what the mutant situation means.
Yeah. Like what?
Is that like a template?
I'm interested in
or
that
something?
like green stuff, which I'm assuming has to do with the mutation. If it's like poisoned or radioactive or something.
But if anyone was concerned about like DR, creature type, anything else, I'm happy to.
Yeah.
I think special attacks or abilities probably.
That could be a good one too.
Yeah, I am down for. Let's go with the special attacks. I like special attacks. It's always a nice one.
Well, the special attacks doesn't technically have any, but I'll give you a little bit. It has that ranged spike thing where it can shoot spikes from its tail. Additionally, in melee, it can bite and claw. That drool coming out of its mouth is radioactive. So any creature bitten by a mutant manticore is subject to radiation. And it can get pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. No, we've been given a bunch of stuff towards this end up until this point, and now it's interesting to see it finally in play. Curious.
Fought
So,
a swarm last time, and now it's finally radioactivity, eh?
Brixby will shout out to everybody.
I think it's blind, but its bite is, it's no good. Don't let it bite you.
And let's see. Standard free action. He's gonna, since he's got plenty of ranged stuff, he's gonna step back just 5 feet further. And that's my turn.
Alright, and now this creature that's just failed a will save and been blinded, it seems confused. It seems like literally confused. And it just stands there, or it hovers in the air and just like makes incoherent like and that's all it does on its turn.
At the end of your turn, you get to make another will save to stop being blind.
Oh, and it also takes 2d4 damage from my acid this turn.
Nice.
Ooh.
Why don't you give that roll?
Is 5 points of acid damage.
Alright, so it's still burned by the acid, and that's a 14 on that will save.
Still blind. All right. So acid doesn't haste it, right? We haven't hasted
No.
this monster by using an attack spell on it.
No, this
Book
time
2.
it seems that your spell has done the normal spell thing. And Vargas is up for round 2.
All right. So let's see what else he can do. This thing is still kind of hanging out where we can't hit it with any of his normal spells. So I don't really want to waste my arcane pool points to be able to keep throwing. So how far away did you say it's flying from us right now?
It's up about 35 feet in the air.
Okay, range increment. Okay, so he is going to draw and a sling, and is a sling? I can never remember. Is it like a bow where you can just load it normally, or is it like a crossbow where it has an actual load mechanic?
Pretty sure it's the former.
I think it's like a bow, right? You just are
Yeah.
assumed to be able to drop a rock in as a free action.
Well, yeah, because you're not like ratcheting back action or any of the other stuff, as you know, that goes into crossbow.
My golem arm, check sling. Okay, so yeah, flings a rock at it with a. That is a 23 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, it does not do very much damage. It's only 1d4 plus 2. That is 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Just regular old bludgeoning.
Yeah, the rock plinks off of its abnormally thick mutated hide. Doesn't seem like it did anything at all but get the thing's attention.
Okay, that will be his turn then.
All right. Asher is up.
Asher is outside his touch range increment, but YOLO. He is going to point his smitten gun at the creature and fire against regular AC with a -2 penalty for beyond his range increment. And that's going to be a big ol' miss. Unless blinded, this creature's AC is only a 15.
Yeah, blinded. It is a 15
Wow.
Whoa.
Nice.
because it's got that size penalty.
Manifesting.
And yeah.
And this is going to be decent.
Oh no, it's
a
the
D8
smite.
plus 4. A D8 plus 4 that bypasses any DR. 7, so that's 11 points of damage. Oh, yeah. And yeah, that is, he's going to, you said the scrap wall is like 15 feet high?
Yeah, this sort of stone wall is 15 feet high, yeah.
Stone wall. Does it look like there is, if someone were to hypothetically try and get on top of the stone wall, does it seem like you could stand on it?
Yeah, there's space up there before you get to his its nest.
Cool. Then let's I haven't swiftied this turn. Let's spend a grit point for some super speed and get that nice acro bonus and try and jump up on that wall. Why didn't I do that before I shot? Didn't think about it. Oh yeah. 18 on the die plus another 18 would be a 36.
Black
So that's
powder
enough
ball.
to go the single jump easily. Not quite enough for 15 feet, so let's do that double jump. Yeah, and 27 is enough to get an additional 5 feet up. So that should be enough to at least be grabbing on to the top. What was the first one? 37. That was enough for, yeah. So 5 feet is 20, and then 4 plus 4 for every additional foot. So I could have gotten up 9 feet. That's 15 vertical feet. With my red and start, I'm standing on top of a wall.
Classic.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's my 18-minute turn.
All right, Kira is up.
Cool. Here's going to kick off a turn by raging. Just real casual rage. You know, this thing growls at her friend. She growls right back. She's gonna try and use this composite longbow. Let's see how that goes. All right, ranged weapons. Hey, that's let's see, 16 plus 7 to hit. 23.
Yeah, 23 will hit.
Great. All right. I know how to do damage with an arrow thing. 1d8 plus 3. D8. Oh my god. Okay, well, found it. 1d8. That's a 4 plus 3, so it's like 7. 7 points of Manticore shootiness, I guess. It's not nearly as satisfying as a sword, but like, hey, here we are.
Yeah, and that
Shooting stuff like Asher.
that arrow sticks into it, but that thing's skin just seems so weird and thick and tough that it barely seems like it did anything at all.
Oh, man.
And that's Brixby.
Let's see. I encourage anyone else who has knowledge of engineering to roll on this. Brixby has seen the creature is still blinded, backed himself up pretty far. He's going to look at what Vargas did a couple rounds ago, reach into his spell component pouch, pull out that adder stomach, that rhubarb leaf, that dart, push them together in his hands and fire out an acid arrow. against his blinded foe's touch. All right. 5 on the die for an 11.
Yeah, its blinded touch is 9, so yeah.
Yee. Alrighty. 6 for my acid damage, 9 for my sneak attack because it's blind, making it a 15 in total.
15 in total. That is a lot.
And that is my turn.
All right, this thing's starting to look kind of hurt. Does it get that save at the end of its turn?
At the end of its turn, yes.
Okay. So, it's in a weird situation right now because it is still confused, but it's just been hit, and a confused creature has to attack the thing that hit it. But it can't see Brixby.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it has the Scent Universal Monster ability, so it can tell that there are creatures near it, but it can't tell which one's which. So I think that it has to blindly head forward and attack just the closest being. I mean, basically everyone's hit it this turn. So it's...
What would that be, like a coin flip between Kira and Asher? Aren't they both about the same distance?
Asher is a lot
Asher's
closer because he's up so high.
Oh, yeah, because he's on the wall, that's right.
Yeah. So I think it is going to basically dive bomb down. It's going to land. And I'll roll concealment first as it tries to bite you. With the 50% concealment, 37. So it cannot see you this round, and it bites over Asher's head. Some of that radioactive drool just flies over. And it'll roll that will save. It's my cool monster gets a 21.
That'll do it.
Woohoo!
Very much so.
It can see.
You can see.
Finally, my cool monster might get a turn next round.
But you haven't ceased to be sparkly. You are so sparkly.
Oh my god, it's the coolest monster ever.
It's so on brand.
Alright, that takes us to Vargas.
Okay. So, now that it's come down and is swinging at Asher, it's no longer in the air.
Right, it's landed up there.
So, if I went here, which for the folks at home here is like 5 feet below where you would actually start having to climb, how far would that put me from it? About 15 feet? 20 feet?
About 20 feet.
Okay. That is within range then, so he is going to move up to that square just on the lip of the cliff, and he is going to fire up with acid splash. Actually, before he does that, excuse me, he is going to roll Dungeoneering after seeing his stone plink off it and seeing Kira's arrow only do a little bit of damage. That is probably not going to be super helpful. That is... Oh, actually, wait, I have a +7 to Dungeoneering. Never mind. That is a 16.
16 is the DC exactly to identify the mutated manticore, but not to get any...
Not to get any info on it?
Yeah. The art for this thing is just delightful.
Yeah, no, it's cool looking.
You got the spiky tail.
Yeah, so he's gonna splash an acid splash up at it. I don't know if it'll get cover from Asher or not. I do have whatchamacallit in it, I think. Do I? I think I took that. Oh, nope, I did not take. I thought I took whatchamacallit, but I did not.
So I think you get the benefits of precise shot this round because Asher hit it with a ranged attack, right?
Because
that's
of
right,
my
I was gonna say.
height difference, though, it has to be within 10 feet of me.
Oh, so
Which I don't think I am if that thing is a 15-foot tall.
yeah. So never mind.
I would love
So I was
to
gonna say,
grant it to you because it hasn't had an effect yet.
Yeah, because I had to choose at level 1 between that and combat casting. I figured because I so rarely used range stuff that combat casting would made more sense. And I'm regretting that now. But that is a 15 on the die, so that is a 20 against... Actually, wait, no, because it's the minus from that, which is a -4 for firing it into melee.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is a 16 against touch.
With the cover he's going to get from your super awkward angle, that's not going to hit.
Okay. That is his move then. Next turn, he'll probably just start trying to climb up the hill.
Alright, Asher, you jumped up onto the cliff, and now there's a manticore directly in your face.
At the time, it was blind, Sam.
Now it's just sparkly.
It's true. And it's so sparkly that I just kind of want to shoot it with a gun. So let's provoke some AOs, shall we? Asher is going to, because he has mobile reload, he was able to reload whilst, before on his way to the first jump. I just didn't say it, but he can. He did it. It's true. It's a loaded gun. So let's fire it in melee range and provoke.
Alright, it's gonna go for the bite, and that's only a 14.
That misses.
Nice.
Going for orange creamsicle. It's crit before. Will it crit again? It will.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Yes.
You're just talking things into existence today, and I love it.
It hasn't happened the last few times. I was like, oh, I'll just crit it back. And I haven't done it. Oh, and all right, let's roll to confirm. It's cool.
I got this.
An 18 against touch to confirm.
Yeah, that'll confirm your times
Yay.
4 smite crit.
Oh, sweet load. This is going to be 4d8. No big deal. 4d8 plus 20. 40 points of damage.
Wow. Cutting through all DR.
Indeed.
Yeah, it looks rough. It looks hurt. It looks unhappy.
But still alive?
Still alive. It's a beefy
No big
boy.
deal. Because I already included the -2 penalty from the feat I took this level called Rapid Shot.
Oh, no.
And having not swift actioned yet this turn, Asher wills a bullet into his gun from his beneficial
Yay!
bandolier and will fire a second time, this time with the Neapolitan dice. Not a 20, but it is a 26 against touch.
Let me just check if it has combat reflexes. It does not. So what was that against touch?
26?
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. No times 4 nonsense this time, just a d8 plus 5. 8 on the d8 for 13 points of damage.
Ow. Ow, says the creature.
As it
Still
dies.
alive.
Ah,
Still alive.
Come on.
Still alive.
Oh my god.
whew. That's it.
All right, well, that was the...
You know what? You can take a 5-foot step to the east as though it will matter. Make a clearer shot for Vargas.
All right, Kira, you are up.
Gosh, I was not expecting to have to do anything this turn, so back to strategy, I guess. I'm thinking I want to try and pull out that scroll. I don't think I can pull and cast in the same one, and even if I can, enlarge person is like that whole other thing.
It's
I'm
a
going to
full-
just make... Huh?
Oh, it's like a full round activation situation. Although, wait.
Right.
Scroll. Yeah, no, still.
Okay, so yeah, that's another one in which I could just cast it now, which is going to be a bummer if he's dead by next turn. Yeah, I guess I'll just shoot him again. He's on that ledge now. Do I need to take a step back to get a clear shot?
You'd probably have a better shot with a step back here.
Cool. And there's like a minusy thing because Asher is all smooshed up against it.
Yeah, it's -4.
That's fine. All right, we'll just shimmy on back here and go for the longbow again. Hey, that's a 19. Longbows don't get that thing of critical. What's it called on 19, right? That's just some of the stabbies. So 19 plus 7.
That'll
7.
hit.
Great. Oh, 26. I can math. 9 points of damage on my D8. That's a 12.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, that was wrong. I did that incorrectly.
I get it now. I was like, what? It's all these words together don't.
Oh god, I thought that was a
I'm
7
reeling.
and it was not. That's a 1 plus 3. Ugh, god, like 4 points. 4 points of damage. This was an
Yeah,
underwhelming turn.
that does nothing at all. The arrow bounces pathetically off of this beast that will live forever.
Hey, bummer.
No matter how many 53 damage turns Jeff gets. And Brixby is up.
Brixby, looking at the immense amount of damage that's been dealt to this thing, is gonna just pew pew at it because he can't do a whole lot of damage. He's gonna pull out that magic missile wand, and he's gonna let fly 2 shooty duties for 6 in total.
Well, it staggers a bit. Still up after the shooty duties.
No, the shooty duties.
Wasted a shooty duty.
Well,
No, you didn't waste it. You hit him.
the staggered beast is going to lean back and go for the big bite on Asher, the gun-wielding monster. He's going to roll a natural 20 here for revenge.
You can't do that. That's Jeff's thing.
It's revenge.
I mean, he's got a point.
That's a natural 14 for a 24.
Oh, the smite bonus makes my AC a 24 exactly.
Oh, so close.
Oh,
So
it's
close.
time to imagine dragons, baby. It's getting radioactive.
Yeah, a couple things are going to happen. First thing, 7 points of bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from the bite. Then I'm going to need you to make a fortitude save.
Oh, don't mind if I do. Natural 18 for a 29.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that was the big one.
Yay.
Now, why don't you make me another fortitude save?
And 2 will saves. Got it, here it comes. Slightly worse, but still a 26 total.
Man, come on. This is messed up. You pass both saves. You're not affected by radiation. The stupid idiot thing falls to -1 and collapses at the feet of Asher the Invincible.
Nice.
Yay.
You did it, Asher.
Just killed it with the power of your mind.
Wow, that was incredibly effective.
Mate,
Maybe your blood is poisonous.
That would be news to me, although it seems there's all kinds of theories bandying about. He says as he reloads.
Kira puts a sticker on an arrow and shoots it into the Manticore. Asher, that one's for you. But also maybe grab the other 2 arrows while you're there. Don't die.
Yeah, I'll have to roll that D100, which is a 50% chance to recover.
oh yeah.
What's the sticker say?
Oh, it says, great job defeating that mutant Manticore with like 53 points of damage, bruh.
It's a very long, goes down the entire shaft of the arrow.
Well, I have to hand it to Joanne's. That I'll give Joanne's this one. That was prescient.
I'm telling you, she has all the most specific stickers you could ever ask for.
Unfortunately, that arrow is the only one he's able to recover. They rolled like a 14 and a 17 to recover the other two. They bounced off so far. But he does retrieve the one with the sticker on it.
Great. We're going to call that one a real arrow, not a flavor arrow.
Vargas gets a 93 on his D100 to see if he gets his round rock back, because those are so hard to find.
Important.
It's a pretty nice rock.
Do either of you see anything else up there in the nest or around?
Oh yeah, I forgot to make a climb check. I'm pretty sure I can almost auto that. Yeah, 18 on the die with a +6, so he's up there.
All right. Yeah, from up on the hill, you can tell that the nest itself looks absolutely vicious, and it seems like this thing should have been torn to shreds just lying down in there. It's just blades everywhere. But up around back, it looks like there is a cave.
17 perception, uncover anything?
Well, it looks like back in that cave back there, there's all sorts of bones and dead bodies and bits of scrap everywhere, but you'd probably have to go back there.
Oh, that seems charming and inviting.
Would an 18 perception, if Vargas uses his metal arm, could he dig through the nest without tearing himself to pieces to see if there's anything in there?
It doesn't look like there's anything really of interest in the nest. It looks like
It's all
the
just
nest
scrap.
is basically a death trap.
Yeah.
Do y'all tell us about the cave or nah?
There's a cave. Looks like from here there's bones, other sorts of scrap, but I don't know a lot about these creatures. It's possible whatever other creatures have died by its horrifying green maw, perhaps they had something of value that could aid us in our quest.
Yeah. It looks like... Would we know with our rolls if that cave opening looks too small for that thing itself to get through?
I mean, it looks like it could have squeezed in there, and it probably did, like, basically drag victims back in there and eat them.
It's got a perfectly good nest out here. Why is it eating them in there?
It's a complicated creature.
Kira will nod to Asher and then look down to Brixby. Do you want to go up on the thing?
Yeah, I need a boosty.
Because I rolled a 12. I don't think that does it.
Yeah, I would like to roll to boost. I mean, I assume I can just boost. I'm very strong.
You can toss Brixby on up there.
Oh, into the nest.
Oh, God, right into the
God, level 5. Oh, there
Sorry.
it goes.
12d12 of damage. Hate to see it.
And it's all radioactive.
That's a 19 for my roll, guys. I'm just going to jump up here.
It looks like it's hard to see with the giant corpse token, but I think we could skirt around the nest along the southwest heading.
Yeah, there was a spot over here that I saw before the Manticore got up and went over there.
Yeah, the corpse unfortunately flopped over into that spot and blocked it off.
And also grew
The wind
3 times. More visual humor for the
Just
folks
the
at
wind
home.
did it.
It's
I
giant
think.
and in the way.
But yeah, you can squeeze around the edge of the nest.
I'm going to pull out that time-worn radiation detector. Because Brix has a spell in his book for this too, but I don't really want to waste the level 1 whatever. So I do know, I'm pretty sure that it's time-worn. So can I click that bad boy on?
All right, why don't you roll me your 2 D100s?
15 and a 30.
Uh-oh.
Well, the better of the two is just that it uses twice as many charges as normal, but otherwise functions normally.
All right. 2 charges on the old battery.
The 15 would be that it shocked you.
Ooh. Nice. So I am, the Geiger counter noises are clicking or not, I suppose.
Yeah, you get blips of radiation from the corpse itself. It looks like the creature emits low radiation, and anything bit by its jaws would have been infected with low radiation. But it doesn't seem to have really spread to the surrounding area. It's very concentrated.
All right. Just gonna keep it up while we head on in.
As you climb into this foul-smelling cave that is just strewn with partially eaten bodies and the remains of adventurers who came before you, a tangle of bones, grisly remains, and the odd barrel of toxic waste just leaching out into the ground, which the radiation detector isn't really a fan of. It go beep 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 on that one. But it looks like, other than that corner where the radiation is leaching out, and just like, it was probably nice for the radioactive beast to roll around in that, you know. You probably liked it. Looks like it'll take you a little while to search through here if you want to see if there's anything good. You're gonna have to get your hands dirty.
Yeah, everyone knows you're fine if you stay 10 feet away from the physical source of radiation.
Yeah, Brixby does the what is it?
3.7 Rodgringens. Not good, not bad. Let's continue on in.
3.7 Rodgringens.
Rodgringen. I don't know, man. Rodogens.
The discoverer of radiation, Mr. Gringen.
Yeah. The Brixby voice is hard enough to say stuff in, guys. Okay.
I love the idea now that the cooling rods are named after a guy just named
Gringen.
Rodney Gringen.
What do we call these?
Marie Curie and Rodney Gringen had to share the accolades for their discoveries. So, is there any way to skirt around this without getting all
radiating?
Yeah, I mean, you can consciously avoid the radiation where it goes boop on the counter while you're searching.
Sorry, I just moved into the cave and I'm seeing such drawings.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm like, so we're perfectly fine just skirting around the outside of this.
Of course.
Pretty sure in real life we'd have been dead like 20 miles away down in the desert still.
Pretty sure in real life you don't have a metal arm with the ability to cast arcane spells.
True.
You don't know that.
My IRL fortitude save is nowhere near a plus 11. It's like a -2.
All right, well, it's time for some perception checks, I guess, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a 19 for Brixbo for a 28.
So,
Unless it's a high-tech thing.
Brixby is able to find a rusted iron coffer that appears to be stuck shut.
I'm going to examine it for any sort of visible traps or locks. So another perception here. An 18 this time for a 27.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be trapped or locked, just stuck.
Well, found this here. For one, gave it the one-over with the clicky-clicky, and Rodgringen is not inside. Secondly, I don't think I'm strong enough to open this up. So, big stuff. I think it's more your area of finesse than mine.
Carol will take the box and well, okay, how about I loosen it and then you can open it the rest of the way. Teamwork.
Or we could make Vargas very angry. I don't think we would like it if we were. Were your pants always purple?
Saving a copy of this so that the audience knows what the heck we're talking about. Is there enough space around this thing, that it's realistic for me to aid Kira, or does she just have to make this on her own?
It's just like a little box that you picked up. So
yeah, that's it. I didn't know if we could both get arms around her or something I could aid, or is it
grab
just
one end?
Pull on the bottom while she pulls on the top.
Yeah.
Just stick the metal arm in there and use it as a pry bar.
Yeah, just a...
I was saying, lock it in the arm and then she turns.
Ooh, that's not great. That's a 2. So, 6.
Yeah, it's stuck pretty good.
Ooh. Nope, can't do it. Can rage and try again.
I can give it a try.
Yeah, or, the other person.
I've got a
with
decent strength. Quite as good as Kira's. That's a 19 on the die, though, for a 21.
Yep. Vargas
That'll do
gets
it.
a finger into that joint and pries it open. And it's got 250 gold inside.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
We robbed
place
that
to keep
mutant
that.
Manticore.
Yeah.
It was saving up for a cure.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh no!
it just needed
God,
to eat
that's so
20 more
sad.
adventurers.
Oh,
But it looks
boy.
like by no means have you exhausted this horde. It's just that you gotta dig through some gross crap and keep searching if you want to find more.
Can we take 20 on this, or
Yeah, you could.
will the radiation kill us if we do that?
No,
Yeah,
you could take
I'll
20.
take
It's just
20.
a matter of spending the time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
You.
All right. Well, digging through, you come up with a very nice looking dagger of cold iron make. You come up with a beautiful, possibly magical axe, a silver armband with inset pearls, and a magical ring, and your obligatory gun. There's always a gun.
Just like a mundane gun, or
No, that's a weird gun.
like a knowledge engineering kind of gun.
Yeah, it's like definitely your weird sort of knowledge engineering type gun.
Let's see, I can
So
do
yeah, Brix will detect
spellcraft.
magic, and then wait for the knowledge engineering roll.
Total of a 25.
With a 25, you are looking at an EMP pistol. An EMP pistol emits a beam of electromagnetic energy that cannot harm living creatures, but deals terrible damage to robots. An EMP pistol can harm androids and creatures with cybernetic implants, but they take half damage. A creature that is critically hit by an EMP pistol and takes damage from that hit must succeed at a DC 15 Fortitude save or be staggered for 1d4 rounds. And this
Is
thing,
this one also? Oh, no, go for it.
I just want to let you know that this is probably the most expensive item in the book.
Oh, nice. And it's
And
just buried in a radioactive dump, huh?
Yeah.
Does this actually run on batteries, or does this somehow mysteriously use mini robots?
It runs on batteries. It can hold 10 charges.
Nice.
And it does 2d6 electricity damage to robots. Or half of that to androids and people with cybernetic implants.
Does it have a battery in it?
It does. It's fully charged.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't use our health gun stuff like Miranda's crappy gun.
Oh my god, that's so expensive. Wow. Yeah, so Brix threw a 9 for a 19 on his spellcraft. I'll do the ring if Giroux's doing the axe.
Yeah, he got a 17 on the axe.
The axe is a +1 battle axe.
Ooh.
And the ring is a Ring of the Ram with 17 charges remaining.
Oh, so cool.
Those both sound kind of like Kira items.
Yeah. Ring of the Rim is such a fun one for the I've been listening to actually, I feel like it was a spoiler. I've been listening to a podcast that is one of our Pathfinder neighbors that I enjoy, and they use this item a good deal. It's great. You know who you are out there, podcasters.
Team Slurp.
Yeah. Brixby will say,
This ring here has the ability to not only move people around with intense force, dealing damage to them, but also to doors and objects and things.
I haven't totally looked it up, but if I remember it.
Yeah, it's Harry's force ring from the Dresden Files, basically, as an item. Awesome.
The more charges you use, and the more damage it does.
Mm-hmm.
You can use up
Sweet.
to 3 or something, but yeah, I have no need for this ring. I took the last magic ring, so I definitely don't need this ring.
I mean, I'll take it if no one else is
Yeah.
going to.
Yeah, take it.
Woohoo.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Love fun.
Plus,
So I wonder...
It's not magic. It's just a nice piece of jewelry.
Now that I'm thinking about it, though, I wonder if it wouldn't be the best thing for Kira for the same reason I'm thinking it wouldn't be the best thing for me, and that if you knock someone back, then you have to step up to them again if you're a melee character.
I'm just thinking.
it might actually be good for Asher by that way then.
Yeah, that's what I'm
because,
thinking. Like, since he's more ranged.
Totally, because I can roll a concentration to avoid an attack of opportunity, but you can't do that with a gun. So,
I'm sorry, I misspoke. The EMP pistol only has 9 charges left, so it appears it's been fired once.
Someone
Seemed like
shot
it
it at the Manticore.
yeah, I was gonna say, see if I can do
A lot
a
of
good job
good that
against
did. That's why it's in here.
So my thought, and I mean, I can roll on it, I guess, but I mean, it would give me a slightly longer range option, albeit limited charges. But in a fight like this, where Kira has the choice of the bow, that against something with DR might do no damage, or a ranged option that'll do, force damage.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I mean, one person, I don't know if this is a thing that has to attune, but like one person doesn't have to hold on to it too.
True.
So
Yeah, does it need attunement?
Not
I don't think
that
so.
know of.
I don't think it
probably.
does. It's not like a quick runner shirt or something.
Yeah, totally. So, I mean, I think either of you two would be a good candidate for it. Kira, just because she has an affinity for the smash. And, yeah, I mean, as a nice backup for you, possibly. I just would hate to have you pinned in and not have many other options besides your light hammer.
Yeah.
Well,
And it does go with her kind of pre-existing habit of knocking doors off the hinges, in that it gives you an automatic 25 strength check to knock a door open.
well, I would say that you can all take a week to think about it, because you do get a big bad daddy point, but I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Good night, Sam.
Good night, Sam.
Night,
Good
Sam.
night, Sam.
Good night, Rod Gringen.
Odd against the machine. Against the machine.
Pod Against the Machine is property of its creators, all rights reserved. Pathfinder and the Iron Gods Adventure Path are properties of Paizo Publishing. Please visit them at paizo.com for more information. Theme Against the Machine, written and performed by our own Zach. Please consult the show notes for additional music and sound effect licensing information. So yeah, you're up. Minutes of silence ensues.
We'll just stare at each other. Good morning, everyone.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Oh, wait, she's not out here anymore. She just went directly into the wall. Oh, God.
Well, if no one is going to say anything, I'm going back to bed.
She just merges into the scrap like she's freaking Robert Patrick in T2.
She's a phase spider. For those at home, it's a visual joke I've been dragging Dinbaya around the screen in Roll20.
Yeah, our listeners all love visual jokes. That's all I ever hear from feedback.
Yeah.
That's true. But just imagine her icon is like the DVD logo on the screen-saving screen, and that's what's going on right now.
Just hoping that she hits the corner perfectly.
God, I was gonna say the corner joke. Well, never mind.
You can re-say it, and then we can totally cut it
Choose
to make
which
it
one
seem
was
like you said
funnier.
it.
Yeah, you should just edit this episode and just pitch Sam's voice slightly. I guess you could just record your own voice.
That would,
saying it,
probably
but
easier at that
it'd
point.
be better if